Hello everyone, I'm Professor Ken Wakchore. In this today's session, we are going to study the effect of the gyroscopic couple on the ship during its steering. As we know, that ship is also consist of some rotary parts. Again, suppose if we consider its engine, that engine consists of the propeller shaft. Again, its that crankshaft. Again, its flywheel. Again, some gears, which add some inertia force, and when that means flywheel, that gears are rotates about its own axis, that tries to remain to rotate in the same plane of spinning. as we change the as we rotate that ship towards left or towards right, in that case what happens, that plane of spinning gets changed. As that plane of spinning gets changed about this vertical axis, then that gyroscopic couple acts on that body, and because of that gyroscopic couple, that that front end or the tail end of that ship either moves in the upward or in the downward direction. In this session, we are going to study how that gyroscopic affect that orientation of the ship, that we are going to study in this today's session. Okay. The objective of this today's session is to understand the effect of gyroscopic couple on ship during the steering, and by these sessions they can use this knowledge in design and the control system of the ship. Now just consider some terminology used in the ships. That forehand end or the front end of the ship, which is known as the bow. Tail end is known as the stern or the rear end. Starboard. Now when you are looking from the tail end, and the that right side of the ship, which is called as the starboard, and the left side is called as the port. Again, in this case there are the three that action takes place. That means when that ship which is taking the turn, which is called as the steering, when that ship which is moving in the upward and downward direction, that means I'll just show you this movement, which is called as the pitching. That ship which is rotate like this, because of that tidal waves, you'll find that orientation of ship gets changed about this axis which is perpendicular to this, which is called as the pitching, and this direction which is called as the steering towards left or towards right, and rotation above of this body about its own longitudinal axis, which is called as the rolling of the, because of again some tidal waves along its transverse axis, which allows to roll this that ship along its longitudinal axis. Okay. Now again, in this case there are the, during the steering we need to consider these three axes. One is the axis of spinning, which is the axis of rolling. Second one is the, okay, second one is the axis of pitching. See, in this case that roller rotates about this axis, which is the axis of rotation. Again, then that ship is taking the turn about the vertical axis, which is perpendicular to this plane. This is the axis of precession, which is called as the axis of steering. And third, about which that ship is going to pitching like this, that axis is the axis of gyroscopic couple, which is also called as the axis of pitching. Just try to understand this. One is the axis of rolling or the axis of spinning, axis of precession, which is the axis of steering, and axis of gyroscopic couple, which is the axis of pitching. Okay. See, the one thing that you have to keep in mind, because of the steering, when we steer that ship, because of this that pitching takes place. If we pitch that ship, because of that gyroscopic effect is the steering. Gyroscopic effect of the steering is the pitching, and gyroscopic effect of the pitching is the steering, that we are going to study in this today's session. Okay. Now just consider this is the axis of rotation. Now we are going to consider these three axes: axis of spinning, axis of precession, axis of gyroscopic couple. This is the plane of spinning, plane of precession, and the plane of gyroscopic couple. Okay, these are the three axes which are mutually perpendicular to each other, and these are the three planes. Okay. Now in this case that you are looking from the stern end, observer is standing over here. Now again, in this case that again you observer is remain same, that ship is, that means it is looking from the bow end. That means here we are just fixed that observer constant, we are just changing the orientation of the ship only. Okay, while doing this gyroscopic analysis. Now in this case, now we are going to consider the first condition, that observer is looking from the bow end, that means the nose or the front end. That rotor rotates in the clockwise direction, rotor rotates in the clockwise direction, and ship is taking the turn towards the port end. Port end means the towards left hand side. Okay, now what we need to do, again we have to consider you need to consider your right hand. You have to rotate your right hand fingers in the clockwise direction, and you have to consider the direction of the thumb, which is the velocity vector. I will just do this. Now here you can observe the direction of rotation of the fingers, which is the, now you have to curve your fingers in this direction. That vector, that means if you consider the orientation of the that thumb, which denotes the vector towards left, that's why that vector you have to draw towards left. Okay, next, that that means that ship is taking the turn towards port side or towards the left side. That direction, this direction that you need to consider, which is the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, anti-clockwise direction. That means what we need, okay, that means that that ship is taking the turn towards left, that means that precessed in the anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction, this is the second axis. Now what we need to do, you have to rotate this third axis. You need to rotate that axis of spinning up to the third axis in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, now we'll draw this in the anti-clockwise direction. This is the anti-clockwise direction. We have to rotate until it approaches to the third axis. Okay, now it approaching this axis, we'll get the axis of active gyroscopic couple, but we are interested in the reactive gyroscopic couple. That reactive gyroscopic couple, which is that oriented, which is perpendicular to the screen, or this perpendicular to the vertical axis. That means again we have to orient your thumb, which is away from you, and you have to check the direction of rotation of the fingers. Okay, and the direction of the rotation of the finger, which is the clockwise direction. That means this is the ship which rotates in the clockwise direction. This is the clockwise direction, which is the dip the bow, raise the stern. Dip the bow, raise the stern is the gyroscopic effect of this ship when that rotor rotates in the clockwise direction and that ship is taking the turn towards port end or the left side. Now we'll consider the second condition, in which that observer is looking from the stern end, rotor rotates in the clockwise direction, and that ship is taking the turn towards port side or the left side. Okay, now here we'll find that observer is standing over here. He is looking from the stern end, rotor rotates in the clockwise direction. This is the rotor rotates in the clockwise direction. You need to rotate your fingers in the clockwise direction. Okay, now there are the three axes: axis of spinning, axis of precession, and the axis of gyroscopic couple. That rotor rotates in the clockwise direction. Again in this case also you need to rotate your right hand fingers in the clockwise direction, clockwise direction, clockwise direction. And now you need to find out this velocity vector, that velocity vector which is towards left again. Okay, this is which is towards left, that we have drawn. Next we will consider the direction of rotation of, or direction of taking the turn. That ship is taking the turn towards left side, that means the direction, this direction which is the, this direction which is the, this is the again anti-clockwise direction. That means again in this case also we need to rotate this axis of spinning in the anti-clockwise direction till it approaches to the third axis. When it approaches to the third axis, this is the axis of gyroscopic couple, and we will get the axis of active gyroscopic couple. But we are interested in the reactive gyroscopic couple, which is the acting. This is the reaction by this that sheep for this gyroscopic couple. Now what we need to do, again we have to take this reactive gyroscopic couple. Again you have to orient your thumb along the direction of this reactive gyroscopic couple, and you have to concentrate on the direction of your fingers. The direction of finger which shows the clockwise direction again. That means if we consider this sheep, and this, if we allow to rotate in the clockwise direction, its ray bow will be move in the upward direction and stern will move in the downward direction. This is the ultimate gyroscopic effect acting on the ship when that rotor rotates in the clockwise direction and it is taking the turn towards the port side. Okay, now we are going to consider the next condition in which the observer is looking from the bow end, rotor rotates in the counterclockwise direction, and that ship is taking the turn towards the port end again. Okay, now we need to consider these three axes. That rotor rotates in the anti-clockwise or the counterclockwise direction, which is the counterclockwise direction. Again here you need to rotate your fingers in the counterclockwise direction, and you have to concentrate on the thumb of your right hand. That thumb which is moving towards the right, that means this vector you need to draw like this. When it is the towards left, that means you have to draw in this quadrant. Okay, now that sheep is taking the turn towards left side. This is the left side, and this direction is the this direction is again the anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction. Okay, now you need to rotate this axis of spinning in the anti-clockwise direction till it approaches to the third axis. This is the third axis. Okay, when we rotate about the till the third axis, you will find this is the axis of active gyroscopic couple, but we are interested in the reactive gyroscopic couple. This is the reactive gyroscopic couple in which that thumb which is pointing towards you, thumb of your right hand which is pointing towards you, and you have to curve your right hand fingers. The direction of your right hand fingers which shows the anti-clockwise direction, which is the anti-clockwise direction. That means if you allow to rotate this sheep in the anti-clockwise direction, its effect will be like this, which is the raise the bow, dip the stern. In this way we will find the gyroscopic effect on the ship when that rotor rotates in the counterclockwise direction and that ship is taking the turn towards left. Now in the same way, when that in this example that rotor, that observer is looking from the stern end, rotor rotates in the counterclockwise direction and that ship is taking the turn towards left. Okay, that means in this case that rotor rotates in the anti-clockwise direction, that's why that spinning vector is towards right. Okay, this is the spinning vector. Now we need to rotate this that spinning vector in the anti-clockwise direction because that ship is taking the turn towards left. Okay, we are rotating this ship in the anti-clockwise, that axis of spinning in the anti-clockwise direction. This is the active gyroscopic couple, but we are interested in the reactive gyroscopic couple, which is again pointing towards you, pointing towards you. Okay, now the gyroscopic effect when that rotor rotates in the counterclockwise direction and taking that ship is taking the turn towards port side, and that if we concentrate on the direction of this finger, that finger shows the which direction, anti-clockwise direction. That means if you allow to rotate this ship in the anti-clockwise direction, its bow will be moving in the downward direction, tail will move in the upward direction. That means this is your gyroscopic effect, which is the dip the bow, raise the stern. Okay, now we are going to study the effect of gyroscopic couple when that observer is looking from the bow end, rotor rotates in the counterclockwise direction, and that ship is taking the turn towards the right side, which is the starboard side. Okay, Now in this case, the first task, you need to find out the axis of spinning, which is towards left or towards right. Okay, now first concentrate on the direction of rotation of the that wheel, which is the counterclockwise, okay, or the anti-clockwise. Now you need to round or the orient in the finger in the anti-clockwise direction, and you have to see the direction of the thumb of the your right hand, which is pointing toward the left side or right side. In this case, if it is rotated in the counterclockwise direction, that which is pointing towards the right side, okay. This is the axis of spinning. Now that ship is taking the turn towards right, that direction is the clockwise direction, okay. That means that ship is taking the turn about this vertical axis in the clockwise direction, which is the axis of precession, okay. Now what we need to do, we have to rotate this axis of spinning in the in the clockwise direction till it approaches to the third axis, which is the axis of gyroscopic couple, okay. And with this you will get the axis of active gyroscopic couple, but we are interested in the reactive gyroscopic couple. It is just opposite of the active gyroscopic couple, okay. Now what we need to do, you have to just orient your thumb of your right hand in the same direction of the reactive gyroscopic couple, and you have to just round or the you have to see the direction of rotation of your fingers. This shows this direction is the clockwise direction. That means if we see this ship, this is the bow end, this is the stern end, and if you allow to rotate this in the clockwise direction, what happened in this case, this that bow end of that ship which is move in the downward direction, and tail that stern end will move in the upward direction. That means dip the bow, raise the stern is the gyroscopic effect in this ship, okay. Dip the bow, raise the stern. Now we will consider the next condition in which that observer is looking from the stern end, rotor rotates in the clockwise. That in this case it is the clockwise, that means that vector is moving towards this direction, okay. Now that ship is taking the turn towards the starboard side, which is the right side, that means this direction is the clockwise. That means you need to rotate that axis of spinning in the clockwise direction till it approaches to the third axis, which is the axis of gyroscopic couple in the clockwise direction, okay. This is the axis of gyroscopic couple, this is the axis of active gyroscopic couple, but we are interested in the reactive gyroscopic couple. This is the axis of reactive gyroscopic couple. Again, what you need to do, which is you have to just orient, you have to make the same orientation of your thumb along the direction of this axis of reactive gyroscopic couple, and you have to see the direction of your fingers, which is the anti-clockwise direction. That means if you see, this is the bow end, observer is looking from the stern end, this is the stern end, and if you rotate this into the anti-clockwise direction, that means in this case that bow will move in the downward direction and that stern will move in the upward direction. That ultimate effect is the dip the nose or dip the bow, raise the stern. Dip the bow, raise the stern is the ultimate effect is dip the bow, raise the stern, okay. Now consider the next condition, that bow, that observer is looking from the stern end, rotor rotates in the counterclockwise direction, and that ship is taking the turn towards the starboard side. This is the starboard side, that direction is the clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction. That's why that vector is towards this direction. This is the right side, that means this rotates, that means this direction is the clockwise direction. That means we need to rotate the axis of spin in the clockwise direction till it approaches to the third axis. This is the direction, okay. you will find this is the axis of active gyroscopic couple, this is the axis of reactive gyroscopic couple. Okay, again you have to reorient your right hand thumb in the same direction. You have to see the direction of your fingers, that finger is the direction of your fingers is the clockwise direction. That means in this case, if you are allowed to rotate this in the clockwise direction, that bow will move in the upward direction and that tail will move in the downward direction. That means that stern will move in the downward direction. That means that stern will move in the downward direction. This is the raise the bow, dip the stern is the ultimate gyroscopic effect in this case. In the same way, you can find out when that rotor rotates in the clockwise direction when viewed from the bow end, and that ship is taking the turn towards the starboard side. The ultimate effect, this is the active gyroscopic couple. The ultimate effect is the, that means if you consider this direction of rotation, which is the anti-clockwise, that means raise the bow, dip the stern is the ultimate gyroscopic effect for this condition. With this, we are going to finish our session over here. What we learn, there are the three axes. One is the axis of spinning, axis of precession, and the axis of gyroscopic couple. In this case, what happen, when this ship is taking the steers towards left or towards right, that because of that steering, that whole body will rotate over the third axis. Because of this, that pitching takes place, that pitching in the upward direction or the pitching in the downward direction, which takes place in case of ship, or which is same as that of the in case of the aeroplane. That means ultimate effect of the steering of the ship, which is the pitching, that we are just come to this conclusion. With this, we are going to finish our session over here. Thank you for your patience listening. Thank you very much.